be with y'all in a few minutes. We're just waiting for him to bring in the inmates.
Yeah, positive.
Okay, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, June the 5th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have a couple of writ hearings this afternoon. We do not have a court reporter. If you're requesting a court reporter, your case will be reset for a later date. Any objections? The first case we're going to call is C2558-24-L, State of Texas versus Pablo Ibarra. I'm sorry, Mr. Ibarra, go ahead and stand in the middle of the courtroom there. Face the TV monitor. Your attorney is on the screen there, Mr. Hernandez. And the other individual there is the state district attorney's office. Your attorney is requesting a bond reduction in your case. Mr. Ibarra is English speaking. You may proceed, Hector.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Ibarra has 4 counts, Your Honor. Specifically, one's a possession of controlled substance, a proposed second-degree felony. That bond is at $50,000. Miss Annalise De Leon did reach out to me that she was willing to reduce that to $20,000. As for the other bonds, it's a possession of controlled substance, 1 to 4 grams, which is a 3rd degree. That's at $15,000, and 2 other counts for evading arrest of the vehicle on 2 separate occasions for $15,000 each. Your Honor, my client, speaking to him and his family, the most they can probably come up with is maybe about $1,500 cash surety. So we were looking for bonds in a total of $15,000. Ms. De Leon Vargas and myself were unable to come to an agreement or meeting of the minds on the remaining counts. So should the court agree to the 20,000, it's still going to be more than what my client can afford. He is a U.S. citizen. He is a veteran. He served in the Army for 3.5 years. He cares for 4 children, one of them being his youngest daughter, who suffers from severe hearing loss, Your Honor. So she's going through an issue where she has the little tubes or whatever in her ears and so forth. He only has his history out of the county, Your Honor, nothing federal that I see or out of the county. He is assuring me he will show up to court, Your Honor. So respectfully, we're just asking for bonds in the total amount of maybe $15,000 with any conditions the court sees fit, but we'll defer to Your Honor on how you want to proceed.
Okay. Abby, Ms. Miller?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. As Mr. Hernandez stated, we are in agreement to a reduction on the possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 grams, but less than 200 grams, from 50,000 cash surety to 20,000 cash surety. We are not recommending any further reductions at this time, Judge. These charges do come out of multiple different incidents where the defendant was driving other people's vehicles and was found to be in possession of large quantities of drugs within those vehicles, indicating potentially, Your Honor, that he's dealing those drugs. But due to the multiple offenses, Your Honor, multiple times that he has evaded from law enforcement, and his criminal history does include several prior felony possessions, an unlawful carrying of weapon, and DWI, Judge. So we're not in agreement to any further reductions on the other accounts.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Speak loud. Give me your name.
Pablo Ibarra.
You put your hand down. Sir, were you in the service?
Yes, Your
What
Honor.
branch?
Army.
How many years?
I did 3.5 from 2005 to 2008.
Do you have a job, sir?
I was helping my father-in-law in construction.
What city do you currently live in?
Ghana.
Who do you live with?
I was staying with my father-in-law.
Father-in-law?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are you?
36, Your Honor.
The children?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where are they now?
They're with their mother in Ghana and in Wesco.
Can't take care of them from here, right?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you get out on bond, sir, you need to stay in contact with your attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
need to you're gonna have to show up at a later time to the courthouse to to address these cases. Do you understand that?
Fully understand, Your Honor.
I'm gonna order random UAs through probation, which means they're going to be calling you in to go get drug tested periodically. You show up when they tell you to show up, not when you want to, but when they tell you to show up. Is that clear?
Very clear, Your Honor.
If you come back positive for drugs or alcohol, you're gonna come back to jail. We understand each other?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Bond on the, let's see, the possession, it's currently set at 50,000, will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. Bond on the second possession charge is currently set at 15,000 at $2,000 cash surety. Bond on each one of the evading charges reduced to $3,000 cash surety. That puts it at a total of 13,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you make bonds, sir, like I said, stay in contact with your attorney. You understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole right now?
I was on probation
For misdemeanor or felony?
for the felony.
Your Honor, he's currently on probation out of the 275th District Court. We're actually set for next week, June 12th, and I'm going to be taking up the same issues with Judge Cuellar, if she's the one who happens to hear the docket to see what we can do to help him out. But this is his first felony that he's on probation, Your Honor.
So he's on felony probation though?
He is. So he's technically not going to get out. But the purpose, my motivation for this was to obtain some discovery to kind of get the ball rolling to see what's coming down. And furthermore, he does have these issues that he addressed and that we addressed regarding his bonds. We're going to take up the same issues with Judge Cuellar next week.
Hector, is it an MTR set in the 275th? Or just a pretrial?
No, he said for it's an MTA, motion to adjudicate, for June 12th.
Were any of the allegations of him not reporting?
If I can have one moment, Your Honor. Actually, there is, Your Honor. He had failed to report in January. That was around the time of his arrest on one of the or two of the cases you have before you, Your Honor.
All right.
If you want to put maybe AIP, I don't know if you already said that, Your Honor. If you want to put AIP or any other conditions, by all means, he's at the mercy of the court.
No, I'm just gonna order the random testing. You need to stay away from the drugs, so you're not gonna be able to take care of your family or your kids if you're locked up, right?
I'm gonna stay away from all that, Your Honor.
All right. You still got some other issues. Mr. Hernandez is a good attorney. He'll take care of you, but you gotta do your part, sir. Anything else, Mr. Hernandez?
No, Judge. Thank you for your time and courtesy. I appreciate you.
All right, have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Likewise, Judge. Thank you.
Next case we're gonna call is C 2545-24-8, State of Texas versus Leroy Vargas. Mr. Vargas, you speak English, correct?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and stand up, sir, in the middle of the room there, just like the other gentleman. Mr. Reyes, this is your motion. He is English speaking. You may proceed, sir.
Your Honor, Samuel Reyes for the defendant Leroy Vargas. Your Honor, he does have 3 charges before the court. 2 of them are drug charges with a $15,000 cash or surety bond and a $30,000 cash or surety bond. He also has an assault with a $10,000 cash or surety bond. It's an impeding breath of circulation. Judge, he is a U.S. citizen. He was on disability and suffering from hypertension, Your Honor. I believe this has to do, as far as the drugs, my understanding, it has to do with a cartridge of THC that my client was stopped by McAllen PD, and he gave consent, and there was a THC cartridge that was located in that vehicle that he was driving, Judge. But if he does reside with his mom in San Juan, Texas, he was employed in McDonald's as recently as April 2023. But like I said, he does have a disability, Judge, that he's qualified for, as ADHD and bipolar. But he was working 25 hours a week, Judge. He also has been diagnosed with a heart murmur, but he does work such as sheetrock, plywood, and things of those nature, Judge. So we would like to get him out so that he could get working. He has registered. He informs me that he's actually registered for school to begin August the 26th. That he does attend the family church. He does go to church. So he wants to get out with his to be with his family, Judge, and go to work. He's got no gang affiliation, Judge. I believe have no prior felonies. He was on probation for a misdemeanor. And that misdemeanor was in county court 4. It's an assault causing bodily injury to a family member. So make the court aware that he was on probation, Judge, and at this time there is no bond set on that case. However, there is a motion to set bond on file, and the allegations in that motion to revoke are these 3 new offenses, and then testing positive for cannabinoids and some fees that he hasn't complied with. But it's these 3 new offenses that they all come from the same transaction, same day, Judge. So we'd like to get him out here. He is indigent. I'm court appointed on this matter, and the family could maybe come up with about $1,000 in speaking with him, Judge. So we're asking that the court reduce these three bonds down to something reasonable that given the circumstances. And we're asking the court consider 10 to 20% of what they're currently at.
Okay. Abby, what's the state?
Your Honor, at this time, the state is not going to recommend any reduction. As Mr. Reyes stated, Mr. Vargas was already on probation for assault, bodily injury to a family member. He had previously had an emergency protective order back in 2021, which he also violated, assaulting the same victim, Judge. We're asking that whatever the court does with the bonds, that one of the conditions of his bond be that he has absolutely no contact with the victim during the pendency of his case. Additionally, I know Mr. Reyes stated that he didn't have felony history. Judge, I am looking at his TCIC and CIC, and I see significant history. I see a kidnapping charge from 2020, a felony evading from 2020, an assault public servant from 2015, and then the assault bodily injury to a family member from 2020 that he was on probation for. And so, Judge, given that he's continues to commit assaults, and unfortunately, I don't have any information on the drug charges. There was nothing in the complaint, so I'll defer to the court on those charges. But the bigger concern, Judge, is that he continues to assault the same victim repeatedly. So we're asking that he have no contact with her.
And Judge, just to briefly clarify, Judge, in looking at the public record for Hidalgo County is where I looked at and talking to him. I did see that he was charged with kidnapping in 2022, which case was subsequently dismissed. And other than that, I saw no other felony history. So that I contacted. So that's what I saw as far as Hidalgo County. I'm not sure if she found something out of county, but if she did, I was not aware of that. But I know that the kidnapping charge was dismissed, Your Honor.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name. You put your hand down. You speak loudly so we can hear you. How old are you, sir?
I'm 22.
22 years old. You're young. What city do you currently live in?
Right now in San Juan, Texas,
Who do you live with?
with my mom.
If you are to make bond, sir, there is a protective order that was issued by the magistrate. I believe it was out of McAllen Municipal Court, which prevents you from going within 200 yards or communicating in any manner with Alexia Delgado. Do you know who that is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're not to have any contact with her. Don't call her from jail. If you get out, no text messages, no Snapchat, Facebook message, no contact with her or her family. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
She lives in McAllen, correct?
Yes, sir.
You know where she lives? Do you know where she lives?
Yes.
Okay, don't go over there. Don't go by there. There's an order that was issued by the magistrate court. You're not to go within 200 yards of that address. And if you make bond, they'll give you a copy of this. Do not drive by there or go anywhere near that address. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
If you will be arrested, facing new charges, and your bonds possibly revoked on these charges. You'll stay here. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Also gonna order, no contact with the victim. I'm gonna order random UAs for probation. Same thing I told the other gentleman, you're gonna get drug tested. You come back dirty, you come back to jail and you stay here. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Drugs or alcohol.
Yes, sir.
And you show up when they tell you to show up, not when you want to, when they tell you to show up. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Bond on the possession charge will be reduced $5,000 cash, PR. Bond on the Mandel charge will be reduced to $5,000 PR. Bond on the assault charge will remain at $10,000 cash surety.
We appreciate that, Your Honor. Judge, I have no further business. I don't know if there was anything else, Judge, but if not, it has to be excused.
All right, if you make bond, sir, stay in contact with your attorney. He's gonna help you through this case. Otherwise, you're gonna make more problems for yourself. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have contact information for him, Sammy?
It's 956-212-4159. And I believe he has that, Judge. I've given him my card, so he has my number.
Okay, all right. So go ahead and have a seat, or they can be excused.
How much would it be to get out, sir?
Total bond is set at $10,000, so talk to your attorney and talk to a bondsman. They usually charge you 10 to 15%, so you can negotiate that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, have a good afternoon. Thank you, Sammy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Abby, there's one other case that was set, Mr. Anthony Castillo, and my understanding from my staff was he was granted a PR bond sometime this morning.
Okay, Judge, we were in agreement with that too, so, okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You too, thank you.